Hello and welcome to Retro Bikes Clubman. Today we're looking at an absolutely beautiful Honda GB250 Clubman, single cylinder, revs up to over 10,000 RPM. We've known this bike from the very start, so that means over 6 years now at this stage. This bike has been in and out with us, so we know it very well. We've done all the service work that's ever been done on this bike from start to finish every year. It's been in, it's only done small kilometers. Previous owner was actually my best friend and we took care of it for him, and he did his A2 license on it, so he actually didn't need to get a restrictor, didn't need to do anything. This was applicable to do A2 as it stands right in front of you, so it's very sought after and valuable just for that. Not only is it's a classic bike, so you'll get classic insurance, so cheaper classic insurance with Carol Nash, and also only €26 a year to tax. Overall, the bike is in good condition and is very original, but again, it's been through quite a few owners, so there's a few little things to have a look at. But other things we've done: full service, all the fluids, brakes, everything like that. We've looked at. We've had new tires put on the front. A little scuff here on the front here. We have original headlight and indicator assembly. Gaiters are good. There's no leaking from them. The alloy itself, or the spoked wheels, are really nice condition. Up over the top then, the only thing that isn't original is these bars. So these are kind of shorter bars to get in of side passages and stuff, which actually makes it nicer. 25,000 kilometers only on the clock from 1987. Choke and all your things here on the right hand side, starter button, all really nice condition. Right hand side of the tank, this is what makes a bike, I think, this big large tank. It's got a very large tank on it to do, I think it takes €20 to fill, and it'll do hundreds and hundreds of kilometers. The fuel economy on this is very good as well. Up over the top, it's had a stripe put on it, which I think suits the bike. Original rear or double seat, pillion pegs. Engine has some signs of just aging, I guess, at this stage. Original exhaust from Honda, as you'll see here, is in decent condition with a little few marks at the rear. Rear shock here, little signs of surface rusting, but nothing too major. In here, all very good. You have your toolkit in here. Side panels are really good as well. There's your tax, still taxed to the third this year. 1987 bike. Rear tires perfect. Indicators are original at the back. A little bit of cracking here at the rear. Kind of cowl, I guess. The chain guard is original and present. It's had newish chain put on it. Rear wheel or spoked wheel is good. Left hand side, I should say, casing on this side is good as well. Everything else then kind of the same throughout. We have the actual tank looking really nice, original badges, and that's kind of it for the GB250. It's actually got, would you believe, the original key with it, if it'll focus for me. Original key, which is super nice. Bike overall really good. Again, A2 licensed bike, very rare to find one that is cool, light, nimble, fast. Let's go for a ride. Okay, and now we're on to an absolutely stunning bike, Honda GB250 Clubman. And I think the first thing to know about this bike, it's not a GN. It's not a GN 125, it's definitely not a GN 250. This is a unique GB250, revs up to nearly 11,000 RPM. It has nearly 30 horsepower. It's A2 license applicable. This thing's had 2 new tires. It's an absolutely beautiful bike, low tax, and super reliable. We've had the bike in our ownership, or in around our ownership. We've sold it and then people owned it. We've serviced the bike from top to bottom every single time. You know, absolutely basically nothing has gone wrong with the bike except for someone leaving it and the battery going flat. That's about it. It's an absolutely beautiful bike, joy to ride, joy to own. To start it, turn on the ignition, make sure your run light or your run engine is on run and not stop. Get on the bike and That's from absolutely dead cold. Dead cold. Let it warm up slightly. As you can see, you have your red line at nearly 11,000 RPM, and the bike really comes alive after around 6,000 RPM. It's just a beautiful, like, what bike do you know from 1987 starts and runs up like this? You could daily this bike every day and have no issues at all. Then you could do a trip on the weekend. Everyone would be jealous of you. The big tank, teardrop tank, single headlamp, and plenty of speed. Gonna turn right here. Brakes are good. Front and rear brakes are good. I think we actually had pads put on the bike pretty recently. Tires are pretty much new on the bike as well. Only done a few 100 kilometers maybe, maximum, since we put them on for the last owner. Just gonna tighten that up there. Brakes feel good. Rear brake feels good, no squeaks from them, as you can hear. As you can hear, the bike comes into its own after around 6,000 RPM. You get quite a bit of vibrations through the handlebars, as you would imagine, being a single with this high revving. But when you get to around 6,000, it kind of evens itself out, and all of a sudden you get this nice bit of power from the bike, and that 30 HP or 30 brake horsepower that it's rated for, you really feel then. This is a fast bike, you know, for what it is. It's actually really nice, but super nice because of the power band. It's actually just kind of tame and mundane when you're in the lower RPM. You know, I think a lot of people, even that would have owned this bike, probably never got it out of 6,000-7,000 RPM and didn't find out how nice this bike is to ride at that higher RPM. I couldn't recommend this bike more highly. I think between this and, you know, if you're going to start off on something, this is probably the best bike you could start off on. You get classic tax, classic insurance, you know, so it's all cheaper there. It's got really good fuel MPG. It's got a really big tank. You get nearly 400 kilometers out of a tank, I think, even a bit more. You get a lot out of a tank, which is about 15 euros to fill, and yeah, it's quite exceptional, you know. So I think you're getting around 65 MPGs nearly out of it. But anyway, look, for me, I'd highly recommend this bike. Between this, you know, if we're looking in that 250 range, I would probably go for this, just for the A2 license in Europe now. But overall, between this and a Honda FTR 223, they're both so reliable. They're just brilliant bikes. And if all the videos you've seen me do, you know, thousands of videos, there's very few bikes that I rant and rave on about like this. It's a superb bike. I think overall it has the full package. It's an absolutely beautiful looking bike. Stops really well. It's got modern disc brake, drum at the rear. It's light, it's nimble, it's easy to maneuver in and out. It's got a pillion seat if you want to take someone on the back for on a whim. You know, it has absolutely everything and more that you want out of a motorcycle. And yeah, look, I can't recommend it anymore. Let's go through electrics then and make sure everything is working. You have the horn working, front left indicator, rear left indicator, front right indicator, rear right indicator. We have the rear brake light working also. Front headlamp, let's have a look at that. How do I turn that on? We have the front headlamp working as well. Really nice. The bike overall is just exceptional. The new owner is going to be so happy with this, and for the money, I don't think there's anything better you could buy. 2,750 euros what we're looking for this. I mean, there's nothing else I could recommend more. Anyway, that's it for the Honda GB250. If you have liked the video, please do like, comment and subscribe. If you do want to reach out to us, our social medias are at Retro Bikes Dublin for Facebook and Instagram, and our official website is www.retrobikesdublin.com. Thanks for watching.